Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of If It Floats, I Boats. And today's boat is basically the definition of this series. And this is L'Invisible by Julien Berthier. Julien is a French artist who is known to have a little bit of a jokester inside a lot of his artwork as well, as can be seen with this item right here. Basically, he took a vessel and mimicked it to look like a French backdrop or rocks while he was out in the water. Thus the name L'Invisible, as the boat's just supposed to blend into the background and really not be noticed. Julien gave L'Invisible a definition of it's an artificial rock that can be driven and moved around. It modestly intrudes the environment of Marcel's Creek and softly modifies its landscape. The invisible, he says, navigates between the decor, the enhanced reality, the leisure object, the survivalist anguish, and the ecological stakes. And honestly, I pretty much think he nailed his definition, but that's not to be surprised, as this is not Julien's first rodeo, as this is not his first piece of marine art. In fact, this is the second boat that Julien has built. Back in 2007, Julien also built the boat called the Love, in which the artist called a permanent and mobile image of a wrecked ship that has become a functional and safe leisure object. And to add to some of the parody of this vessel, in 2008, just out of complete coincidence, this vessel was actually installed in front of the Lehman Brothers building 2 days after their bankruptcy. And many in the press fed off of this as an impending sign of the Lehman Brothers bank sinking, even though Julien disapproved of the idea. The Love was created out of a 6.5-meter yacht that was cut in half, and a new keel was added to allow the boat to remain upright in the sinking position. Since its construction, Berthier has taken the boat out many times, and almost every single time gets stopped asking if he's in need of assistance. The vessel does have a motor and keel added, so it is fully functional and able to be driven. This really is a wild vessel to see. I gotta imagine Julien had almost as much fun running around the canals in this thing as he did building it, because this has got to be an absolute blast to drive just to see the reactions you would get as you were going down the waterway. I mean, really picture that one for a second. You're out on the water with your family on your boat, and you see this guy coming by in a vessel like this, and it appears to be in no distress even though the boat looks battered. I mean, I can't imagine what would be going through people's heads, and it's kind of the same impression with L'Invisible here, except to a different extent. Love would probably be kind of hilarious to see coming down the waterway. This one might actually scare the crap out of you and your family if it approached, because this vessel for sure, just like the name indicates, would be kind of hard to even notice that it was approaching you. I mean, in the right terrain, it's absolutely going to blend in. This really looks more like a military vessel than a pleasure craft, and I think that's one of the things that would kind of trigger people to be a little bit afraid. I wouldn't have a clue if this rock was approaching me, whether it was somebody out there having a good time, making a joke, or if it was Navy SEALs about to jump out and take over my vessel. You really have no clue. But I'll tell you what, either which way, I kind of want one of these things. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of If It Floats, I Boats. If you ever see anything crazy happening out on your waterways, or you've got a crazier wild vessel that you'd like to have featured in one of these episodes, be sure to hit me up on Facebook or Instagram and let me know. And you never know, you might see your story or your vessel over here. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.